Fantastic. I can't ever hear the intro, though. It's like, is there cool music?
No, it's just...
All right, Jim, I've shared it with my entire...
Okay, we're about to go live.
I've got 3 people.
We're going live. Hey! We are live on the show today. This is a great day. Live from Market Square.
Boom!
Woo!
Yeah, perfect name for it, too.
I love it.
And we're actually on Market Square, which is cool, too. You know, it's genius.
It's like perfect. You know, I mean, live from Market Square. Right here, live from Market Square. Wednesday's edition of entertainment right here in Tennessee and around the world. We're bringing you all the latest and greatest news from the incredible James Gillies in the house. Let's hear the applause.
Hey, what's up, y'all? And of course, Jim Johnson. You know, he's always looking fresh, funky fresh over here. Jim Johnson. I'm always in a black shirt and a black hat, and he's like,
It was like my digs, you know.
always looking fresh.
Wearing my velvet jacket today, blue velvet.
Maybe I need to get a blue velvet jacket. We should just be matching.
Oh, hey,
Every show, you just want to match.
I know. I kind of love the way you look, man.
Well, that's good.
We should make a song like, I love the way you look.
I bet Matt Cordell could sing us a song.
He probably could. I hear Matt's in the studio today.
Yeah, hey, look at Matt. There he
looks
is.
fly, man. Check out
Not
Matt.
this early. Not this early.
Matt, how you been doing, man?
Great, man. Just trying to get it all done. How you guys been?
Oh, it's been a crazy, hectic time. Always.
That's the
always
best times.
busy. Yeah, you know, constantly.
Grooving and moving, man. That's what it's
Always.
about in the entertainment industry.
Yeah, now grooving and moving, I must say, this guy grooves and moves.
He does. He
He
knows
has some dance moves. He sings really well. He plays all over the place. Now you've been doing a lot of big shows too, open up for people.
Yeah,
Tell us about it.
we have, and it's the one we just did recently was Trace Atkins, and man, it was right out of, you know, it was our first big performance since quarantine, and so it was great to be out in front of that many people with a big name like that. So it was amazing, and it was hot, but it was amazing.
Where was that show at?
It was in Mammoth Cave, Kentucky.
Okay.
Yeah, Mammoth Cave at a park where they do these side by sides and rock crawling and these big trucks, and so you look out in the crowd and there's about 10,000 people and side by sides out there. So it was really cool. Yeah, it was really fun. Yeah.
That's wild, man.
Yeah, and it started raining
Redneck
that
weekend, baby.
Yeah, it was. They were throwing everything on stage. That was kind of funny too. So one guy was dressed up like Fireball. That was cool.
Dressed up like Fireball?
Yeah, he was dressed up like a bottle of Fireball. Yeah, so, and he was walking around. So
Was he pouring shots?
He was pouring shots to everybody. It's kind of cool, yeah. He threw a bottle on stage, which I think he must have been sponsored by him or something, because it was kind of cool.
Yeah, it had to have been sponsored by Fireball. Walk around like
that was a
Guys
good one,
walking
yeah.
around with a fireball
suit.
Possibly. He
Yeah.
was, doing something.
Call the Fireball!
You don't have to brush your teeth for 3 months either if you drink that.
Lord. I tell you, you get in trouble with some fireball now. That stuff's like Kool-Aid.
I tell you what, if you mix Fireball with Red Bull, it tastes like bubble gum.
Oh, Lord. That's the next thing that we're going to be trying here today on the show. Where's Red Bull? Where's Fireball? Come on, Nate. Bring us up to speed, buddy. We need Fireball. We need Red Bull. Chris, go get the Red Bull.
Yeah, right. Oh, man. So what else you been doing? I've seen you've been playing a bunch of shows from Knoxville to Gallenberg, Pigeon Forge, and so forth.
We're spending a lot of time there at home, which I call home. You know, I've been there for a while now, and it's easy for us because it's so close. And now Pigeon Forge, I think, is really picked back up. Well, I don't think it really ever shut down, to be honest with you.
I don't think it really shut down.
The tourists, it didn't shut down, yeah.
There was actually 1 or 2 weeks that we had live shows up at Mountain Fun Life. The roads were completely empty. Every store was completely empty.
was a trip.
It was a little crazy, yeah.
It was like
was a trip.
I could go down the whole parkway doing like 100. It'd be fine.
And nobody would care, yeah.
No one would
No,
care,
I didn't ever
you know?
see any police officers around either.
Yeah, well, there's no people. Everyone's at home hanging out.
That was really
you know?
strange. It was like an episode of Zombieland. Just waiting for somebody to come around a corner.
Yeah, right.
That was awesome.
But they're always around the corner up there, believe me. But that's for sure up there. But it's the music part has picked up. You know, for so long they didn't have live music, and maybe I think it was like maybe a month and a half that they wouldn't allow you to play. Places would be open, but you couldn't sing and play, and now it's really picked back up. The tourists they always kept coming, no matter what. If you were in the cabin business, you didn't lose anything probably because everybody kept coming. And now it's just you drive up there now, and February is supposed to be dead, and you drive through Valentine's weekend and you can't even move. So
No, it was crazy up there.
It was
crazy
insane.
up there.
It's always been insane. The traffic up there is just unbelievable.
Well, they expect the visitors numbers to go way through the roof this year. Like to exceed.
Well, last year there was like 13 million people came there, or I guess the year prior.
The year before, yeah. They're
13 to
saying there's
14
going to be
million.
more people this year. than there was in the year prior, and that was the biggest year I think they've had in history. 13 million.
I mean, Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg definitely capitalized on the Smoky Mountains, and everyone wants to come to the Smoky Mountains.
People want to get out, man. They're ready. They are so ready to get back out. But, you know, I mean, we're both very glad that, you know, we've come through it, worked hard. Look what you built here is absolutely incredible.
This is insane.
Bringing this whole new live entertainment to you out there, Facebook, YouTube, Roku, all the great channels out there. For us to be able to do this, and you know, I mean, it was unfortunate what we all had to go through last year, but I think there's so many things that are going to come out as a positive.
I really think
from 2020.
I really think that the entertainment industry is going to come back even stronger than it was.
Oh yeah.
I really think there will be a lot more places actually running entertainment because more people are going to be out and want to go do things. I mean, I've already seen an increase in some bar sales of places that I work with just through the past couple months of people just like dying to get out to see live music. You know, I mean, it's definitely coming back in full force.
I'm looking forward. Matt, you've been booking a lot of deals, haven't you? I mean, how many shows have you got coming up?
Oh man, and just in March, I have 4 in 2 days this weekend, but which is crazy. But in March, I have almost 23. Working on the 23rd one right now. I have 22s. I'm working on the 23rd one today. So as a matter of fact, that's one of the busiest months I've had since this whole pandemic thing happened, and it was blessed is all you can say. But you have something happen to you like that, man. It's just that means everything's back full swing. You know, sometimes I'm not real good with saying no. So there's a couple times I'll have 2 or 3 shows in one day, which is kind of not probably what you should be doing, you know. But you know, it wears your voice out. But it's, you know, you want to take them because you never know what's going to happen at this point in time, you know, so you don't want to turn anything down. So I'm trying to take as many things as I possibly can to keep me going, and it's been amazing, and the people really are respecting the rules that the restaurants and the bars are putting out there. Some people have no rules, you know, but then there's some that really do, you know, and it depends on where you go. You know, and you know how that is. Y'all know how it works around anywhere you go. You'll see people with the mask on if they want them, and masks if they don't want them. You know, and it's you just got to try to be healthy and safe, man. You know, I always tell people, I said, if you don't feel good, stay at home, man. You shouldn't be anywhere. You know, that's where it should be. You know. Yeah.
Now you have a pretty successful career. You've started now. What did you start with, Elvis, or did you start with?
I actually started as myself, you know, just doing my own thing, and then I actually auditioned at Dollywood, and the girl that was doing audition, she pulled me to the side. She goes, "Anybody ever told you sound like Elvis?" I said, "Every time I sing something," and she said, "You should do Elvis shows." And I was 18 at that time. Wow. And I had a 20-year Elvis career as a tribute artist, and won the world's greatest Elvis title 6 times in my life. And you know, it's not that I don't love Elvis anymore, but I'll tell people I'm retired from it. But you always see on my Facebook page where I'm doing another Elvis show. So they always get me out of retirement, you know, which is fine. But I wanted to branch out and do different stuff, which I've always been, you know, a fan of everything music-wise. It doesn't matter if it's a symphony, if it's rap. It doesn't matter what it is I love. So to get to do more than one genre of music is what I wanted to do. So now that's what I've been doing for probably the past 10 years now. So, you know, and I love that. Man. I love that part of it. So
that's super cool.
It works out pretty good. It's fun.
I think I actually pulled a video of you as Elvis.
We got it.
Did you?
No way.
Cool. I think so. I believe this is it.
Look out. Coming back out of retirement, baby.
This in May ETA contest from Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, singing Fever. Please welcome Matt Cordell.
Never know how much I love you. I never know how much I care. When you put your arms around me, I get a fever that's so hard to bear. You give me fever. Can you kiss me? Fever when you hold me tight. Fever in the morning, a fever all through the night. Sunlight's up the daytime, moonlight's up the night. I light up when you call my name, go give me fever. When you kiss me, fever when you hold me tight. Fever. Y'all yell at anything on it. Fever all through the night. Captain Smith and Pocahontas had a very mad affair. When her daddy tried to kill him, she said, Daddy, hold on, you dare give me fever. When you kiss me, fever when you hold me tight. Fever. Fever all through the night. Now you listen to my story. Here's the one that I have made. Cats were born to give you fever, be it Fahrenheit or centigrade. They give me a fever. When you hold me tight. Fever. Take a second. What a lovely way to burn. What a lovely way to burn. What a lovely way to burn. Cha 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 cha.
God, I feel like I need to be a standing ovation, man. All right, Matt. That was incredible, man. Wow.
That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun.
I loved it.
A lot of fun.
I gotta ask. So you said you feel like an AK-47 in that suit can't take you down. You just feel like the king. You're just like, I'm looking fresh.
You just feel so. I mean, it just, you know, when you the shoes you have to wear, the suit, it makes your posture be almost perfect. The way it sets up, it makes you almost stand perfect. So when nobody stands like that, you know. Right. But Elvis did because he was so involved in karate, you know. So his posture was very, very good when you're on stage. So when you wear a suit like that, it puts your body that way. So you actually feel like a little bit better. You know, I'm 6'1". I actually feel like 7 foot tall when I'm in that because it just I feel like nothing can touch me when I'm wearing suits like that. Black leather, the stuff that he wore, it makes you, you know, you just feel good because you can imagine what he felt like. You know, I mean, coming out like there, man. It was very cool.
Yeah, that's killer. Now, you also do country impersonation as well.
Yeah.
Jason Aldean.
I've been doing that one for probably almost 12 years, 13 years now. So, and I started that one in Pigeon Forge, and it just took off for me. And it became one of my biggest acts, and I just basically quit doing Elvis and started doing Jason Aldean. And and then that's when I decided to go back to doing my own thing. Doing that kind of stuff. I remember with my guitar player, he said, I want you to learn this song. This was, you know, many, many years ago. We were playing in Pigeon Forge, and I said, I've never heard this song before because I didn't listen to New Country, and it was a Jason Aldean song, and I'd never heard it before. I said, man, I like that song, man. I kind of grew up doing that stuff, and she's country, and I'd never heard of it before. And then I become one of the most booked tribute artists in the world because of Jason Aldean, and I didn't know who he was at the time. So it's kind of worked out pretty good.
That's true.
Yeah,
right. You know, when you're made to do something in your life, fate will kind of find you.
Yeah, you're exactly right with that. But it was fun. I enjoy it, and I enjoy, like I said, all kind of music. So you come watch our shows, and you'll see us do everything from Bruno Mars to Hank Williams Jr. to George Jones to
everything.
Ice Baby, you know, we're doing everything. I mean, we do everything, and we love that, you know, because everybody has a favorite song.
Feel. Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Everybody's got something they like.
Well, let's watch your Dirt Road Anthem real quick. Let's see that one.
This song on iTunes as a ringtone. If you know the words, sing with me. It's one of my all-time favorites. That must be your phone ringing. Yeah, chilling on the dirt road, laying back, swirling like those gone. Smoke rolling out the window, one eye's cold, been sitting in the night soul. Memory lane, spinning in the lights, it's got me reminiscing on the good times. Turning off a real life, driving fast, right? I'm in the Street on Bud Back in the day, my spawn was listen and watch your mouth before I can knock your loud mouth out. I'm trying to talk, man, y'all ain't listening. Them old road roses, what y'all missing? Chilling on the dirt road, laying back, smoking like a George Jones. Smoke rolling out the window, well, I'm gonna be sitting in the console. Feeling really in the headlights. It's got me reminiscing on a good time. Turning on the real life, driving last ride. I didn't need the street on mud time. I sit back, think about them good old days, the way we were raised, our subways. It was like one bread and biscuits. This broke round here, we fix it. I can take y'all where you need to go, down to my hood, back in them woods. We do it different around here, that's right, but we sure do it good, and we do it all night. So if you really wanna know how it feels, you get on the road, truck with 4 wheels, jump on in, man, tell your friends, we'll race a tail with a black dog. Chilling on the dirt road, laying back, swirling like a George Jones. Smoke rolling out the window, well, I'm gonna be sitting in the console. Memory laying in the headlights. It's got me reminiscing on a good time. Turning on the real life, driving last ride. I miss the street on mud time. That's right. Yeah, chilling on the dirt road, laying back, swerving like a George Jones. Oh, rolling out the window, and I'm gonna be sitting in the console. Memory laid up in the headlights. It's got me reminiscing on a good time. I'm turning on the real life, driving fast, riding the lead straight on mud tide. So much free.
Back in action, man.
Man,
Always.
that was fly. That was fly.
Yeah, it's cool that when I spoke with Matt a couple weeks ago and we were working things out, trying to figure things out with promotion and Matt Cordell, and he's like, man, I can literally sound like just about anybody that you put me in front of. He's like, if they want me to sound like Elvis, or they want me to sound like Jason Aldean or Bruno Mars or Stevie Wonder, whatever. He's like, I can sound like all these people. And I was like, how do you have your voice at such a timbre? How do you do that? How do you do that, man?
It's just it's all in tone is what I tell people. It's all in tone. You gotta work on tones. Nobody sounds just like anybody, but if you have the same tone as that person does, it tricks the mind. It tricks everybody's mind. Well, that guy sounds just like him. Well, you probably don't. But the tone sounds, a lot of people will sing too high for Elvis or sing too low for Aldean or can't get close to Bruno Mars or can't get close to this. You have to broaden your tones. So it's all about tone, man. It's always what it'll be about. And I'm real big on nobody looks like Elvis. It's easy to look like Jason Aldean. You put a goatee on and put your hat down. It's pretty simple. Right.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna stop you there. You did a really good Elvis, man.
Well,
I mean, he's one of the flyest looking Elvises I've ever seen.
I appreciate that, man.
You look freaking amazing.
I tell people you can't eat a lot and gain a lot of weight in them suits, man, because they only give an inch or two, man. You know what I mean? So you got to be careful with that. So, but it's just all about tone, man. You listen. It's just repetitiveness. You just listen over and over and over. Work on it, and there, it's just you got to keep going with it, and that practice makes near, not perfect, but it just makes near. You know what I mean? So
have you got anything coming up here soon that
we'll be
people can come see?
Yeah, Friday we'll be at ORED with our acoustic show from 4 to 8. And then Saturday 4 to 8, and then Friday night we'll be at the Smoky Mountain Brewery in Pigeon Forge 9:30 to 12, and then Saturday we'll be there 9:30 to 12. Both shows after Old Red, so which is really, really cool. So I'm looking real forward to that. And then we got a big show coming up at the Majestic Theater as Elvis again
Nice.
with 3 of my other Elvis buddies. So we're doing a big Elvis show. We've done like 3 of them now this year already, and people just keep coming, so we just keep doing them.
Right,
you know,
right.
when they quit coming, we'll quit doing them. You know, so people keep coming and wanting tickets, so we just keep doing it, man. And all the theater's doing a great job with temperature checks, social distancing, the way they see people. So it's really everybody's doing real well with that. So
Fantastic. Well, that's
doing
great,
good, man.
So where can people find you?
you can find me on Facebook, Matt Cordell. Obviously, I have 2 different pages. Matt Cordell, my personal page, but I have my Matt Cordell Live in Concert page, which if you go under events, it shows exactly where I'm going to be every month for the rest of the year. Things get added all the time, but you can go on there right now and check out where we're going to be. And Instagram, Matt Cordell. It's pretty easy. So,
Fantastic.
yeah.
Well, Matt, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank
And,
y'all for having me. It's always fun to see you guys. I appreciate you so much.
You
Yeah.
got to give us the famous saying, though, man.
Yeah, you got to give us the favor say.
Oh, Julio, sign a check? Is that? No. That's my new famous saying right
Julio,
there.
sign the
No,
check.
you got to do it. You did it when I got here. You have something on today that I don't have. Blue suede.
Blue suede. Well, you have blue suede shoes.
That's
I got blue
it's
suede
not
jacket.
blue velvet in my mind. That's blue suede right there.
It is pretty.
Well, it's pretty much blue velvet, but it looks blue suede. So
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. See, that's
no,
your saying. but
no,
it's good.
thank you very much.
That's like super cool. I love that. man.
Fantastic. Well,
Thanks
thank
so
you
much
so
for
much.
being here, bro.
Thank y'all.
Yeah,
I appreciate
yeah.
it, man. It's good to see y'all again.
What do you want to do next?
I don't know. Do you need to go to commercial break? Tell about your greatness.
Let's drop in a music video real quick.
Music video. There you go, folks. Enjoy.
Anything you want to pull, Nate?
It's Nate's choice.
Nate's choice.
Nate's choice.
Riding down the highway, a man all dressed in black, whiskey bottle in his hand and a guitar
7X Nation. That dude's bringing the rock right there, country rock,
Man,
rebel,
he plays-
motorcycle, and
Yeah, Hugh Allen Country. He's been one of my clients now for going on 2 years, and we just worked out a new deal, and it's a 3-year-long contract. So I mean, he has another like 7 music videos coming out and a bunch of things. We're recording a new album for him and the whole works. And I mean, it's a really large project over a really long time, but it's all about pushing that content out over time for longevity. And everything else in between, which will be great for him. The videos, he's really plugged in with the community, and people really like this guy. He looks like a really mean, big-ass biker.
does.
But he's like a huge
Is
teddy
he like
bear.
a big teddy bear?
He's a huge teddy bear, man, and he's an amazing person. Shouts to Hugh Allen, man, and I'm fortunate to work with him, and it's really pushing him to that next level. It's where a lot of these musicians that we're working with, the marketing behind them, the marketing push is really what these people need to get that exposure to be seen and heard.
Yeah.
Even like Matt Cordell has a very successful music career, but he's like, I have zero professional marketing.
Hey man, that's one thing about
it's
marketing is key. Without marketing, you've got nothing. You can have the best.
Well, it's like he
whatever.
He owned that venue up in Pigeon Forge next to Country Night, and he's like, if you don't have the marketing behind it, he's like, no one's ever going to see it. No
You
one's
got
ever
the best show on the planet.
He's
People
like,
don't know you're there.
Yeah,
You're in
people
trouble.
won't know you're there. So plus
make it happen.
$40,000 a month is insane.
That's crazy. Gosh, could you imagine that nut? That's a big one.
Yeah, that's a huge nut. So tell me about these people you got on today, man. I'm super excited, bro.
Dude,
I'm super excited.
These are some of the most special people in my life. Daniel, Patton, and Christopher Frith. You can see them on the screen right there. Hey! These guys, man, I'm going to tell you, these guys, we've traveled all over the world together.
Right.
Okay? Chris and Dan have been with me on some of my shoots. I've been with some of them on their shoots. And the reason why they're on today is you remember back probably a month or so ago, I was not here because we were in Nebraska shooting a documentary on Robbers Cave. And Dan called me when he was doing a wine beer tour across the country with his lovely wife. And he said, Jim, you're not going to believe this place. Place is absolutely amazing. This got to be a documentary. I got to talk to people. Anyway, and that's how it began. And let me introduce you to Daniel Patton and Christopher Frith are here with us this morning. What's up, fellas?
What's going on?
Hey.
Man, we're glad you're able to meet us today because, well, the cool thing is that we've got a press release coming up real soon. Next week, I believe, probably Wednesday of next week, talking about the documentary. Guys have been working on it. We had Jake and Kayla Dean. They were part of the project, and it was an amazing project, guys. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today. All right, Dan, tell us what's going on.
All right, so as Jim mentioned, we were coming back from Colorado from a little bit of kind of vacation / wine tasting beer tour, and we came across this really amazing location that's a cave that started off as a brewery back in the 1847, 1850s time frame, and it was turned full circle into a brewery yet again. Now, since that brewery's closed out, and it's now an event center owned by Sam Manzito of Robbers Cave LLC. But when we first went down into this cave, it was almost just mind-blowing.
It was a different world.
It's a different world, right? It was overwhelming. You walk down into this cave, and it's a door in a building that's a brand new building, and you open this door and you go down into this almost like a cellar kind of feel, and then all of a sudden you're in a chamber that is underground. It's the beginning of this cave. It's just
Well, you never
absolutely
expect it coming. Like you're in this like super modern, building, and then you go through this door and you're like in a cave that's like dated back to the 1800s.
Yeah.
Like it's just you would not expect it.
Yeah, and when you get down there, you're literally overwhelmed with the amount of carvings in this cave. So it's got over 150 years of history and carvings on every square inch of this place. And it was just literally remarkable. So the kind of tour guide, proprietor, and the author of Robbers Cave, Joel Green, was given our tour, and we were just completely blown away with this guy's knowledge. I see why he wrote the book. He's just...
Dude, he and his daughter both are like so just entwined with the history. Like to see her, like his daughter helps him with the tours, and she is just adorable.
She's a little princess.
She knows the cave just as well as Joel did, and Joel wrote the book.
Yeah.
And it's just,
Yeah.
yes.
But an amazing family. Both of them are amazing. His wife was just a sweetheart too. And you had a little one? Didn't you have a little?
Tiny one, or am I imagining?
Remember.
No, yes, he had a little baby. He's a little bitty baby. Yeah, his other,
Well,
his other baby.
but that the little baby wasn't running the tours with us. Like that's
Well, no,
the
she
next
was a
step.
little
That's
baby.
the next step.
And she can't hold the
huge
camera
cave,
yet, but we're
bro.
gonna get
It is a massive cave. It's 5,600 square feet, almost 900 linear feet, and 3 different channels and a couple different hallways that you go through.
It's huge.
And what's so super cool
I'm
is
watching
there's
these photos and it's just
It's
massive.
amazing. It's amazing. Oh, by the way, those photos were taken by none other than Christopher Frith in Tempest. If you don't know him on Instagram, he is actually world renowned. There's so many people that are tuned into In Tempest and his photography. It's pretty impressive. We were on a shoot in Florida a couple years ago, and we were talking about some Comic-Con or something.
We think we could get away. We thought we were on a corporate gig, and we thought we were safe. And it's like, I think I know you. And I'm like, hi? Like, I don't know where you know me from. He's like, you do like pictures and video things, right? I'm like, maybe. He's like, yeah, in Tempest, right? I was like, Jim, we're in Florida. We thought we were like,
That
we
was
thought we
crazy.
were safe.
We were in a pool on the ocean in
I'm
Sanibel
gonna look it up.
Island. And
I'm looking it up right
this
now.
This was in, when was it?
Super Bowl weekend, like
It was
a
Super
year or
Bowl
two ago.
weekend, 2 years ago.
Because I remember, like, everyone
Yeah,
here
huge
was
ago.
just covered in snow,
And
and
we
we were
were-
in the hot tub critiquing the Super Bowl commercials,
That was
like in the
hilarious.
hot tub and posting pictures, and everyone hated us, and they're like, but we got our fill of snow up in Nebraska.
We did. When we went to Nebraska, we got there, we made it there just fine, and then all of a sudden 14 inches of snow hit the ground. And it was like, and it shut the town down now. I don't know if you've all seen, I've bought a new truck. It's a huge Dodge diesel dually, long bed.
His truck is the
four-wheel
only
drive,
thing that saved us.
Yeah. saved
Massive
our
truck, and it drove through that 14 inches of snow like it was butter. I mean, it's nothing. Just it was. I call my truck's name is Tank.
I'm so glad I didn't drive the Honda, because that would have just been a bad time.
Well, you'd still be up there.
Jim
still
went
get
from producer to Uber driver in like 10 seconds flat.
He does what he
basically.
does whatever is
but
needed.
see, that's
like,
what a
whatever the
producer
team
does.
needs.
A producer does.
Yeah.
You're a problem solver. As a producer, that's what you do. You're a
Facilitate the
solver.
problem.
That's why we
Right.
bring him. He's a team player.
Problem solver, communicator. That's what I do as a producer. Anyway, man, and what's so fortunate is we've got Joel Green waiting in the cave, okay, up in Nebraska, and we're gonna bring him on in just a second. Joel, I know you're out there. You're patiently waiting, and we are going to. Joel's gonna say a few words. That's kind of a surprise, but I'm glad we're.
I was gonna say, I didn't know Joel.
Today.
Hi, Joel.
Joel's out there.
Yeah,
Joel's
he's
out there. And we got Joel hooked up.
Hey Jim, and Dan, thanks for having me on. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm definitely excited to see my book that I've worked forever on to be being turned into a documentary. It's unbelievable, actually. When I started this book back in 2007, and then the entrance to the cave was bulldozed, I put the project aside for a long time, and I was really wanting to get it finished for the Nebraska 150th anniversary. A lot of people liked it. I ended up winning a Nebraska Book Award in 2019, and tours really took off. And I'm so thankful that you guys saw the potential in the project to bring the book to film. The cave really has it all. It's a time capsule. It's 5,600 square feet, just covered in carvings. It's a social fabric of Lincoln, Nebraska down here. A few stories underneath Lincoln. A lot of people don't even know about it. So it's a lot of fun to show and take people on tours through it. And I think we brought in a lot of expertise for the documentary. A lot of great interviews, a lot of awesome footage. And just can't express how thankful I am that you guys just worked tirelessly through that snowstorm. Right, 14 inches of snow. Nebraska definitely showed out for you guys, and I just can't wait to see the finished product. And let me see if I can get Brooklyn over here to say hi. Okay, give me just a second.
Hey guys, Jim and Dan. I'm actually really excited to figure out how the documentary is going to come together, and I'm also really excited to see you guys back in Nebraska for the premiere. So,
Thanks again, guys. We got to run. Have a great rest of your show, okay? Hope to see you soon. Take care.
possibly well-known robber and like
It's okay, you
like
can
Jim,
say
what
his
all
name.
what all they say
Shooting
was-
range.
Yeah, shooting range.
Yeah, shooting range. So the cave's been a shooting range. It's been a daycare. It's been a
daycare?
kind of a local event center for
Oh, it gets
locals
better.
to gather and have parties. It's pretty amazing all the stuff that went on there. There's a lot of folklore as far as obviously the Jesse James story and the Klan, and there's just all kinds of crazy stuff that went on down there. But it's such an amazing place, and to be able to walk through and just see the history written on the walls, quite literally, it was super, super impressive. Something I also want to point out too, and they're obviously not here with us today, but it takes an army. This is obviously Jim was a big part of our production crew. Chris as well. I mean, these are the guys I called right away. Not here with us, of course, is Jacob and Kayla Dean of DF Production Services. And we have David Divino or David Morgan of or Divino Photography. I'm going to get it right eventually. You can help me anytime.
David Morgan
Hey,
and
listen,
it's Divino.
I called David Divino for over a year, and he says my last name's Morgan.
Same thing, yeah. David
Sorry,
Divino.
man.
He's our drone operator. He did a fantastic job with that. But really, the entire crew that we brought out with us, Tabitha Breeden, who is our script supervisor, and she is the assistant producer. Really, it takes a team to put this together. I've got such a great team. These are all good friends.
You can't do it alone.
No, these are all good friends. These are all good production people. I count on these people.
You can try to do it alone. You'll kill yourself.
You'll kill yourself. Yeah. Build your teams. But then when we got there, and
that's the truth, man.
And Joel Green himself was a huge part of working with us and helping us out. And we must have interviewed the guy like 3 times, just repeatedly hammering him for information because he was so good.
He just knew so much. Like you'd interview him twice, and the third time he's like, "Oh yeah, I remember this thing. I forgot to talk about this." Like,
yeah,
we
he's
need to
the
interview-
Rain
like,
Man of knowledge for that
it
place,
so-
man.
just
It's
pours out of
amazing.
him.
Yeah, well, he had wanted to do something with the cave right prior to when they bulldozed it in when he was in high school. Yeah. And he thought that his dreams of doing stuff in the cave were over, so he kind of just put his story on the back burner. And then when Sam, which we haven't talked about too much, but you could see him in the photo that we had up earlier. Hey, Nate, you want to roll those pictures again? That'd be great.
Yeah, Sam was awesome. He's owner of the cave, proprietor of the cave. He basically did everything he could to make sure that the habitat was safe for the bats that were there previously.
Yeah, I've got a bat photo in there too.
Yeah, I got a bat photo in there. Good.
He was my buddy.
But we interviewed Sam, had a great time working with him, loved running him all around. I mean, I wanted to throw him on camera and just get him part of the group right away.
What was super cool about that, when you briefly mentioned Sam and what he did, but Sam as a contractor who's built some of the most incredible things up there in Nebraska, had a design team come in, engineering company come in, make sure, because this event center, I don't know if we've really made that extremely clear, is built on top of the cave. So it's like this huge event center where they do weddings and other kind of corporate events and things like that, where bands play inside out. So it's really super awesome.
Gotta get me connected.
Well, it'd be like going down to a convention center, right? It's like super modern everywhere.
It's like, if you can imagine any building that you're in, any restaurant that you go into, there's this door on the side. Looks like a closet, looks like a closet door. And you walk down in to that cave. And it is literally a time capsule. If you've ever seen any movies that are like time-based, you go back in time, these types of things, that is exactly what it's like when you walk in there.
Well, Jim, if you go to their Instagram page, they actually didn't they just sift through a bunch of the same and found a whole bunch of old coins and bullet shells and all kinds of just treasure that's just in the sand, because it's all sandstone.
Yeah.
And there's names and stuff all over the walls dating back into the 1800s and just all this history. They even went and did a LiDAR scan to try to preserve it, because you couldn't just accidentally brush a wall and lose all this history. And it's preserving those stories. Just
that's what's going to make this documentary so super cool, is because for one, it's giving more exposure to the city, Lincoln, Nebraska, but the state. I mean, they've won. He just won a book award. and they got inducted into the National Registry.
Yeah, they just got added to the National Registry. I think it was in 2000, late 19, was it?
2020.
2020,
Yeah,
thank you.
2020.
It was 2019 that they were starting to apply for it. They did a LiDAR scan, which is a point scan, data scan, because you have to document the space, and it's impossible to document the space like a room like this. You can just pick corners and say, okay, it's here to here.
We have a box, we have a box, we have another box.
Another box. There's no boxes. So it's basically they had to do a point scan using point data for LiDAR point data. And it was just mind-boggling what they did to get this thing added to the registry. And it's all through the work of these guys. I mean, they're doing so much to preserve this history. And
well, everybody
we
up
wanna be
there
part
is
of
so
that.
enthusiastic
Yeah.
about the history of this place. It's just you just can't help but get you just sucked right into all of this positive energy.
So, and something we didn't even mention yet is that we had worked through Joel to work with Dick Cavett as the voice for the documentary. Now, Dick Cavett, if any of you know some history on broadcast, he was a 70s like Johnny Carson, big time.
All you youngins.
Yeah, all you youngins. You ask people like my age below, they're like, who? But no, Dick Cavett is like the man, basically. It'd be
He is
like
the
saying,
man.
"Who's
Dick
Johnny
Cavett
Carson?"
was like
he's the dude.
He interviewed the top dudes in the world. I mean,
Yeah.
Jimi Hendrix, the Beatles.
Check his Alfred Hitchcock interview. It's hysterical.
Yeah.
Man, I just
amazing guy.
How we have Dick Cavett wanting to narrate this documentary is beyond me. It's like one of the
I don't know. You and
biggest
Dan have like
legends.
this charisma. Like I'm just sitting here, like people look at me and they're like, "Ooh, I don't know about this guy." But you two walk in, they're like, "Oh my, how can we help you?" Like, "Yeah, yes, we want to be involved." And I'm just sitting here going, "I wish I was like older and more distinguished and had like
it's
awesome pretty Jim
thing.
hair."
I don't know why it's Jim's hair.
Yeah, that's all it is. And the blazer,
Yeah.
like that blazer, like his whole closet just.
Yeah.
Hey, you know.
But we also have
represent.
interviews and a kind of an intro into Robbers Cave with Ron Hull, who is an amazing broadcaster, longtime broadcaster, Emmy Award winning.
Mm-hmm.
The guy is also phenomenal, and he is friends with Dick Cavett, which is really super cool. So they go back with the Nebraska history. They're both in that area, from that area.
Well, where we filmed him, wasn't that also Vincent Price's, like one of his old studios?
I believe so. Yeah, that place was.
I mean, to walk. I remember
amazing.
walking into that, and he said Vincent Price used
like,
to
wait,
come in
what?
here. I was like, I'm standing on the hollow ground of Vincent Price. I mean, I was blown away. I was like,
You can't help but be. Like every step of this whole project has just been nothing
pretty
but just
wild.
awesome moments.
It has been absolutely incredible. But
So we're
That's
looking
an
forward
amazing
to
story.
the press release coming out this next week. We should hope to see it kind of more. We're hoping to go nationally and globally with it. We want to see people in other countries start to find out about this location and come to
I
check
love
it out.
telling good stories though, because
Yeah.
so much of this cave is about bringing people together. Whether it was back in the day or like 23, or even now, like that whole location is about bringing people together.
Yeah.
And I think we really need more stories of us coming together and not like tearing each other apart. Like anytime that you can find moments like that, it's really important to capture those moments and remember, like we are better together. You know, humanity. Like we've got some really awesome stuff, guys. Like humans are awesome.
they are.
We have thumbs.
We have thumbs. It's the only reason the cats haven't taken over.
That's a hilarious statement right there. We
Sorry.
have thumbs. You're
We
right.
have thumbs.
We got thumbs.
And if you notice in all my pictures, I'm usually like this. I'm using my thumbs constantly.
Yeah, right. Well, I'm super excited to see the documentary when it's all done. I know Jim has been extremely excited. I remember when he got this when he got this opportunity. He's like, dude, I'm gonna shoot this documentary in a cave. I was like, tell me more, you know. And then he's like, it's just all just so much different things that he told me about. And I was like, well, I'm looking forward to seeing the video.
It was
So you
To
need some
hear
audio.
it-
Let me know. You need some audio. Let
absolutely.
me know. You
To
know?
hear about the cave is
Doesn't do
completely
justice.
different when you walk into the cave, because it literally, I remember knowing about it and then walking down them steps from that closet, and I was like, holy cow, this is so super cool.
Well, the thing is, the cave like stays temperature like neutral, so you go from like the super modern air conditioned environment around you and air, and then you walk down and just the air just like overtakes you, and it's
Does
just
it
like
stink? Is it stinky?
no,
No,
it was
no.
like
It's not
It's got an earthy smell, but I mean that's expected.
But
But,
it's
I mean,
not
if
moldy.
it can be 18 degrees outside and you walk into that
not
cave and it's a
sulfurish, though?
constant like
No.
56 degrees.
no sulfur smell.
No.
No.
Like the caverns, they have like the caverns that are somewhere here in Tennessee. They have like concerts there. It's like super soulful.
Yeah, soulful.
No, this
Minds
was
kinda.
it was great.
Yeah.
Very, very clean, very cool, very crisp, not moldy.
Nice.
Yeah. Now, interesting story about the cave though is it's a sandstone cave surrounded by veins of iron ore. So we would bring our big cameras down, batteries load up, and at one point our DP Jake hands me a camera with loaded out battery, and he says, "You're good. You should be good for at least an hour down there filming." I walk down in there and I kick the camera on and I hit record and I'm getting something, and 14 seconds into it, goes dead. And I'm like, "What? I thought he was joking. Is this serious? He did this to me?" So I pull the battery off, have to go grab another one, put it on. Well, this kept happening. It turns out it's something, I don't know if it's the magnetic field or what goes on.
Well, no
down
radios,
there.
no
yeah,
cell
nothing
phones,
worked
none of
down
that
there.
kind of stuff works
It's
down there.
heavily shielded just by the natural iron ore.
Environment.
Yeah, the element. But it seemed like if I brought down fully charged batteries, throw them on monitors, throw them on cameras, 10, 15 minutes later, out again. I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me. And it just seemed like constant. And I think Jake said they had some issues with that as well. But oh man,
But
I
even
really
with all of
noticed
that, like the whole project was like it was worth every moment.
Absolutely,
Like even with the snow, like the entire time I'm
Didn't
like
even faze me.
Jim, Dan, we need a Florida gig. Like we need a Florida gig. But like the people were wonderful. Like the food up there was wonderful.
Yeah.
Like just the whole experience.
The beer was wonderful.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah. Jim and I had a breakfast beer. Can I say that?
Yes.
Yeah. No, we had a breakfast beer at White Elm Brewing that was so amazingly good. That was so nice. And they gave us a really nice interview that we hope to use in the documentary. So
Fantastic.
really just amazing people there. I could go back and stay much longer.
Well, we'll be back up there for premiere.
Yeah. So
gonna
we're
do the
looking at
premiere
doing a
there.
premiere up there if you're in the area when we actually do the release party, the premiere for it.
When is all that,
come out.
do you think?
So that's the thing. We're in post-production right now. We have about 6 to 8 weeks total. I think we've already lost a week or two just in doing all the proxies of the footage and getting it transferred for edit. So we're getting a little tighter, but we've still got about a month, probably a month and a half.
Cool.
And then it gets pushed out to the network. So we're, of course, looking at History Channel, Netflix, possibly
Anywhere you
Hulu.
like your entertainment.
That's right, where you like your entertainment. Now, it's up to them how and when they release, so we're kind of at their mercy at that
That'd
point.
be awesome
but
to get on History Channel, man. That'd be
Well,
great.
History Channel is where I think it belongs.
The thing is, if we can find out who wants to tell the story with us, we can tailor that edit for their platform, which just makes the whole experience better. Because how many times do you watch like a movie on TV and then you're in this like super pivotal moment and then commercial break? Like versus designing it where you have that dip in the energy. That way you can come back, from that designed break point and get back into the energy.
So you guys gonna like create like an Oak Island?
There's no telling. Really no telling what's going to happen next, man.
Oh, bro, feel that.
Just don't know. Well, guys, thanks so much for being here. We got a couple more guests to get on today, but man, it's always a pleasure to be surrounded by you guys. We're actually going to North Carolina tomorrow to check out some stuff for our next documentary, Inherit the Land, which is an amazing, amazing video.
Another good story.
If you haven't seen it, go to Inherit the Land documentary on YouTube, and you can see our little trailer that we put together with actor extraordinaire director Silk Cozart is going to be directing the film. And we are so excited about that project also. So it's just been a great year getting to meet with Joel and Sam up there in Nebraska and that great group of people, and then everything we got going on in North Carolina. There's so much going on. You got a film that you're going to be working on this year. It's just a great year for things going on in the film industry. So we're excited.
Ours got pushed back to the fall, but when it does come to fruition,
that's what I'm talking about, man.
It's going to explode us, which will be great. That was unreleased, documented stuff going on right there, but hey, it's okay.
Well, we didn't get our names. We just said there's stuff coming.
There's things happening.
Our stuff we're talking about.
Definitely probably the largest contract I've ever put together in my life.
Yeah, that's the way it is, man. Like I said, fate will find you if you're working for it.
Yeah, most definitely. Just gotta chase them, man.
It's the truth, man.
Gotta chase it.
You ain't gonna make nothing happen sitting your butt on your couch at home. That's all I'm saying.
Well, it depends. You could do it. You could just be surfing the internet and make things happen, but you definitely
you can, but you have to be aggressive.
Really face-to-face interaction and meeting people and networking is the best way to do it. So.
That's right. Well, we all got to take our time. You got to sit your butt on the couch every once in a while. Just don't spend 20 hours a day on your couch.
Yeah.
I mean, even when I like to spend my time on the couch too.
I was gonna say, is he calling us out, Dan?
I think so.
What do you mean? Am I calling you out? You're just
I'm
busy
feeling personally attacked right now.
Why do you feel personally attacked? Hey, I'm not talking about after we've been on the road for 2 weeks and worked 500 hours. You know, there's only 500 hours in a week, and we work 499 of them.
Right.
Anyway.
Anyway.
So true.
I digress.
Hey, well, let's cut to Belfast Six Packs Baptized in Whiskey, and then I'll have these other two guys come on. And
sounds fantastic.
I really appreciate you guys coming on. I can't wait to see the documentary. It sounds like an extraordinary project.
Thanks for having
us. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Here's a new one called Baptized in Whiskey.
You wanna know my name? I don't remember why I left with you again last night. I wanna hold on to you and the hell you put me through. Darling girl, you got to find your way. Holding on to me one night, I don't remember why I left you out long ago. Giving me all the hurt, giving me all the burn. Girl, you gotta go out and find your way. Yeah. Baptized in whiskey, raised on the titty of a hell-raising mama who was always on the run. Baptized in whiskey, far from the city, where the dog run loose, even the preacher man carries a gun. Holding on to me one night, I remember once you tried. You left me out on my own. I wanna hold on to you, I can remember what you do. Bitch, you gotta go out, find your way. Yeah. Baptized in whiskey, raised on the titty of a hell-raising mama who was always on the run. Baptized in whiskey, far from the city, where the dog run loose, even the preacher man carries a gun. Remember when you left, you couldn't even say you were sorry, yeah, you probably. I wanna hold on to you, but I can't remember you, since you got my life is goddamn way. Holding on to me again, like I'm some kind of friend. I remember the day that you left, giving me all those tries, that day November lies. Girl, you gotta get out my damn way. Baptized in whiskey, raised on the titty of a hell-raising mama who was always on the run. Baptized in whiskey, far from the city, where the dog run loose, even the preacher man carries a gun. One more time, you'll sing it. Baptized in whiskey, raised on the titty of a hell-raising mama who was always on the run. Baptized in whiskey, far from the city, where the dog run loose, even the preacher man carries a
And that was Baptized in Whiskey.
Oh yeah, Belfast Six Pack. Actually, Belfast has a show we hold on Friday. That's Friday, and then you can catch another fantastic rock show with these two guys. They're both from different bands. We got Eyes Like Ice and Quaesentimensis, and they're also with Belfast again that night as well. So how you guys doing?
Not too bad, man. It's glad to be here.
Yeah, doing good.
Yeah,
now you
absolutely.
guys are coming in to cut your songs today. You're gonna do some recording. You're gonna be singing.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing our vocals. Might even be done by today.
I hope so, man. I'm ready to get these things out and get a music video shot. I'm
It'll be
excited.
wonderful. It's been a long time coming.
Oh yeah, definitely. Now you guys have been playing quite a bit of shows too, and you guys have quite a bit of shows coming up.
That's right. We've got this one coming up this Saturday. We've got one coming up March 6th at the Moco Brewery in Wartburg.
Nice.
We've got a Battle of the Bands coming up. I think that's the 31st of March.
Sweet.
In Harriman. We've got a lot coming up.
Nice, man. Fantastic. And then you got your first show on an actual stage. I know you guys have performed here in front of the live audience.
Yeah, we've done the camera deal a couple times, but this will be our stage debut in front of live eyes, so it's going to be really exciting.
Nice. Yeah, that show is on at the Gym Bar from 8 to 12. So that'll be a blast. Now the Gym Bar is like your guys' home bar now.
The Gym Bar has been wonderful to us for the past few months, let me tell you.
Yeah, definitely.
I like the Gym Bar, man. That was a cool atmosphere. I mean,
It's a cool atmosphere. They have great owners too, great people. The stage is nice. They got Richie Brandon up there running sound, which is always thumping and loud, man. It makes the definitely the experience a lot more in your face, So it's a good time, I enjoyed it at least every time.
Absolutely,
I go up
they've been wonderful, and Richie's the best in the business, practically where we're at, anyways.
Yeah, definitely. He's a monster sound guy. You got to have a monster sound guy to pull that off for sure. Especially running 3 rock bands. I mean, that's a lot of work.
Bad mixing will kill you.
Yeah, for sure. It will. It will.
How many times you gone in and heard just muddy bass and muddy drums and just flat, and it's like you got to be able to hear what you're playing.
Yeah, most definitely. Especially these guys are loud as hell. I mean, they're all loud bands. Playing that rock style is just like in your face rock and roll.
If it's rock and roll, it's got to be loud, man.
That's true, though. It has to be loud. I agree. Actually, let's run a video of let's do Eyes Like Ice first, and then we'll do the Quaesentimensis.
I'll jump to embracing inside. I can't remember the last time I cried, overcome with emotion as it washes over me. I feel completely broken as my eyes began to see the reason that I stop breathing. All the reason that I stop breathing. All the reason I couldn't fight this feeling in me. Now I see you're the reason, my reason to be. When I saw you for the first time, something changed inside of me. You looked at me and smiled, and I fell down on my knees, praying for forgiveness for all I've done and seen. So thankful for this moment, I began to see the reason that I stopped breathing. All the reason that I stopped breathing. All the reason I couldn't fight this feeling in me. Now I see you're the reason, my reason to be. This feeling in me, now I see
this one should be a crowd pleaser. This next one's Breed, Feed, Repeat.
Different breed of killers growing inside your skin. Nothing can prepare you for the hell that lies within. Breed, feed, repeat. Breed, feed, repeat. Try it out. Breed, feed, repeat. Breed, feed, repeat.
To be a nice guy.
Boom.
That's why I do this show, baby.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, yeah. So Daniel, I think you're wearing exactly the same shirt and the same jacket, bro.
Yeah, I didn't intend for that to happen.
Just hope he washed it.
That's right. They just did
no,
that.
I have not washed it since that.
Yeah, it's been a while. It might stink a little bit. You never know.
Well, he has a wolf on his. I didn't notice that was the wolf right there.
There's a bigger one on the back.
Look at. Oh yeah.
Twerk it.
Nice. Cool, man.
Nice, nice. So tell us about the history of each of these bands. Let's start with whoever wants to go.
Go ahead.
Okay. Honestly, it's only been about a couple months ago. I think it was like late September, early October of 2020. I was kind of at a impasse of whether or not I really wanted to continue pursuing music seriously or just kind of, basically hang it up, just do it as a hobby sort of thing. But basically put shows and everything, just put that to the side. But I was on a Facebook metal group and I saw a message from our now guitarist Chris Trainer and kind of re-sparked my interest from what he had said. I can't remember exactly, what he put in the post, but I hit him up and upon our first time getting together, it was like we'd known each other for about 5 to 10 years. Every riff he laid out, and at this time I was playing the guitar, every riff that he laid out, I had something right off the bat, same thing back and forth. So we kind of knew immediately that we had something going. And the drummer Johnny I've known him for a little while. We've done some other groups together.
He's a fast drummer.
Yeah,
man.
he's an incredible drummer. He plays in a lot more like Hispanic, Latina jazz kind of groups and stuff like that.
Nice.
So playing in a metal group like we are, it's definitely throwing him for a curve, and it's kind of new for everybody involved. Me more so because it's a 3-piece and trying to be able to balance 3 people and trying to make that sound like a full, 5 or 6-piece band. But that's most of the fun of it. Also, the challenge of that. Also, with the band and music, I've always had a huge passion in like monster and creature movies. Predator, Alien, things like that. Mars Attacks, The Terminator. So I was like, how can I can't justify trying to do like special effects at my house or do those sorts of things, trying to make videos just for the sake of it. But I was like, just like Rob Zombie or anybody else kind of does the two, I was like, this would be a perfect bridge for me to kind of do the same, or do the 2 things together at the same time. So basically the premise of the band is, you've got a portal that's opened to this other dimension of insects and mantises and things of like, insects of like your worst nightmares just coming into our world and like basically just taking over, and talks about our fight, back and forth with them. Other little characters and stuff are added in, little cheeky ways to kind of make fun of like things in modern like politics or anything else kind of that's going on. So we're kind of trying to create a brand and an image to kind of be able to talk about these certain topics without us actually having to,
Talk about.
Exactly, It's
Cool.
a better outlet, kind of like a lot of our influences, like System of a Down, things like that. The way they kind of are able to dance around these topics, but still appeal to a larger audience and kind of get everybody involved.
Gotcha. What about Eyes Like Ice?
Eyes Like Ice, it actually phoenixed out of the death of a previous band. Our current lineup is myself and guitarist. JD Tolliver, he's the rhythm guitarist, and he's just as good as me, if not better. Brandon, the bassist. Dylan, he's the drummer. And, those 2 are brothers. And of course, Kevin, the singer. He's a monster singer, and he's been in this scene since forever, since way back in the day. But first, me and Brandon were part of a band called Awaken Salem. It was a death metal project out of Sparta. Played a few shows, got around, but when we went in to start to record our EP, things just sort of fell apart.
It's funny how that happens. You record an EP and the band breaks up, man.
Yeah.
I've been there about a few hundred times.
Yeah,
It's ridiculous. Spend a bunch of money
Did you
on
write a song
something.
about it?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Here it goes.
God, I should have. I might still. No, I'm kidding. No hard feelings. Things just ended up not working out. And from there, me and Brandon, we started trying to create another band. First, we started with a couple of different names. We were playing around with the name Picturing Prestige. We were playing around with the name Eclipse Embers. And then Brandon brought Kevin in, and he came up with the name Eyes Like Ice. And we're just like, that's way too
cool.
good to let go.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a great name.
We started meeting up at Clump Fungus in Wartburg.
Club Fungus?
Yeah,
Clump Fungus. Or not Wartburg, Oak Ridge, excuse me.
It's a rock and punk venue.
Oh, that's super cool.
They've been around for a while, but they had to close down when all that COVID started.
It was about fungus. They had too much fungus going.
And they were great for us. They were hosting us. They were giving us good deals.
Now that's is it Black T-shirt? No, Black Flag. I don't know the guy's name who owns that production company.
I don't remember the name. But
Jay's coming.
Scott Eskew.
Yeah, Scott Eskew.
Scott. Yeah. Great guy, absolutely great guy. And last I heard, he was still trying to get it back up and running. And I certainly hope he did, because he was fantastic. But he let us practice there. He was giving us good deals. We tried out a few drummers, and none really stuck until Brandon brought his brother along, Dylan, and he stuck, and we all got along pretty well. And from that point forward, we tried to find another guitarist. We went through 50 of them, no doubt. They wouldn't stick around, And then when JD came, he had a great energy, a lot of talent. He hadn't really quite tried this sort of thing before, but turns out he was perfect for it. And we started about January or 2020, maybe December 2019, and here we are now.
Right.
Goes back to my saying, man, fate will find you.
Absolutely. We've played about 5 or 6 shows at this point, especially if you include like live stream and stuff. Gym bar, absolutely. We played there a whole bunch of times at this point. We've actually played here once.
Yeah.
Live streaming for you guys.
Yeah, actually, I want to play another live stream eventually within the next week with all the rock groups that we have. I think it'd be awesome, you know.
That'd be pretty great. But yeah, we got more coming up, and we're just real excited.
Yeah, fantastic. And like I was telling you, man, I was getting ready to send out bookings. You know, like my work week from like Monday through Wednesday is like I'm trying to find, you know, business clients, and I do the whole, for me, the whole trying to find the whole corporate marketing side, and then on Wednesday through Friday, I'm really focused on working with the musicians and also getting those people book shows.
Yeah.
So really, the booking game's coming back. You know, people are really starting to open up. More venues are opening and more able to have entertainment.
That's good, man. We need the entertainment back, man.
Yeah.
We've got to have the entertainment back. It's time. It's time.
Yeah, it's total time. Yeah, and as long as COVID, I want to get to the point to where promotion can have like private shows that we can do like ticket sales. Right. You know, I can't serve alcohol here, but we can be like a private listening room, and we've done that once already with Nocturnal Entertainment, which was a huge success. So I want to get to the route. I want to go next is like. I want to do it with the rock bands, you know, because I think that's a whole demographic that I need to get more involved in and be able to push and sell. So it's gonna go.
Exposure, man.
It's gonna go.
You're doing it right, man, because you're bringing in great talent.
I don't know. These guys find me, bro. You know.
Hey, it's a. I mean, it's.
But I'm putting myself out there.
Man,
put myself out there to be seen. You know.
So I said, fate will find you. I always say that. Fate will find you if you're working it. If you're working for it. The right people, you'll be connected to the right people, and you know you're working hard. These guys are working hard.
It's a collaboration.
It's gonna happen, man. Fate will find you when you're busting your butt to make things happen.
Most definitely. Hey, Nate, do you have the graphics for the shows this weekend? No. Okay, never mind. I'll share them out on the feed. But we have 2 great shows this weekend of rock bands locally in Knoxville and in Pigeon Forge. On Friday night, you can catch We Like Cold, which is they used to be called Scorned, which was a larger rock band back in the 90s. And then they're also with Belfast Six Pack at Beard and Brickyard, 8:30 to 10:30. And then the next night, you have even a better rock show. Well, I wouldn't say better, but they're both great rock shows. And you have Questions of Mantis, Eyes Like Ice, and Belfast Six Pack. So those guys will be over at the Gym Bar.
There it is.
Oh, there's the first one.
And flip it over. There it is, right there.
So there's the first one. That's We Like Hold in Belfast Six Pack, February 26th, $5 cover at Beard and Brickyard. And the next one is Nate's getting it ready right now. It is with Boom, Belfast Six Pack, Eyes Like Ice, and Questions of Mantis, and they will be at the Gym Bar, 8 to 12, and that will be an absolute rocking show. And it seems like it has pretty good page engagements and everything else. So I think it will be a great turnout. And actually, I believe I will be up there this time. Yeah, I've been so busy. I can't It was crazy. It's like I book all this entertainment, but it's so hard for me to actually show up and be at a show. It's insane, you know.
Oh,
so
I better not mess up.
Oh no, dude, it's kind of funny. I have some clients in the past that were like, you know, we love you booking our shows, but we don't want you to come. I'm just like, I was like, why not? I was like, I want to come and enjoy entertainment and get drunk and party. And they're
it's like trying to tell your mom not to come to your birthday party. It's like, I made you, but you can't come.
It's like when you step in the room, I'm really nervous. We're gonna mess up. I was like, dude, I'm here to help you guys. You know, it's just like not even just represent, but here to help you. And like I was just like, I'm showing up anyways, motherfuckers.
Yeah, you know? I'm coming. I'm
coming. Yeah, we're actually gonna be filming this weekend both shows, so we'll have some really great live content as well. So we'll be running that next week.
Hey man, I say, you know, live your life, do what you do, and if you make a little mistake, just pick yourself up. Ain't everybody's. Yeah. Listen, man, I get knocked down,
but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down,
dude. I gotta tell you, I had a private party with them in Louisiana a few years ago, where we had the blues. What's the name of that? Because that was funny that you said that. It's a blues club. I can't remember the name of it downtown in New Orleans.
There's a lot of them there.
Well, this is like the big one. This is the big blues club.
Like BB King's.
Closed down. They were there. We had a live concert with just them and about 100 people, and and they sang that song. We're all falling down and getting back up. I'm sorry, you brought it up. I had to talk about it. It was great. But
well, where can people find you guys?
You can find us at eyeslikeIce.com. We've got our own URL, our own domain. Of course, on Facebook and all the social medias, we're active on that. Look us up. We've got plenty of material for you if you're interested. Hard rock.
Yeah, what about you guys?
Pretty much the same. We got us Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Yeah, I think that's
spell your
pretty
name.
much it. Well, I was about to tell everybody.
Yeah, spell the name.
You pronounce it quiescent, like a fluorescent light, but instead of floor, it's quiescent mantis. I've heard a lot of mispronunciation.
Quietus mantis.
Yeah, I always
quiescent.
Quiescent mantis.
Yes.
Cool. Well, thank you all so much for being on the show today, and looking forward to seeing your shows this weekend.
Thank you.
And ready to rock out.
Let's do it.
So,
Thanks, dude. Super cool.
Yeah, most
Super
definitely.
cool.
Nate, let's close out with a music video. Whatever you'd like to choose, my friend.
Party on.
Party on, Wayne.
Jim, say the famous words.
Hey, man. I always say it, and I mean it. Be blessed and be a blessing to others, man. Our words do have power. You got to believe it. Treat people right. You'll be treated right. Make the world a better place. Until next week.
Hey, hello everybody. My name is Rastafari. I'm live in Promotion Studios right now. So, thanks for tuning in. I'm going to play some stuff for you. Let's see what happens.
It's just the same. It goes on and on and on and on. My cipher keys are rolling like a rolling stone. Goes on and on and on and on. I'm not a prostitute, a jaja bomb. It goes on and on and on and on. Cipher keys are rolling like a rolling stone. Goes on and on and on and on. $50 and 6 times. Yeah, you might laugh because you did not do your math like 1, 2, 3. The world keeps turning. world keeps burning. Oh, in a day, what a day, what a day. Every destruction, you ain't got nothing left. Mothership gon' leave you, so your ass is gon' get left. If we were made in His image and call us by our names, Lex did not believe in God. He feared us just the same. It goes on and on and on and on. It keeps rolling like a rolling stone. It goes on and on, man, the prostitute, the John Bone. It goes on and on and on and on. This song right here is called Pine Ridge Song. Oh, my hand, don't tell me no lie. Here's my daily bread. Lord, I don't know why. Yeah, I went to town where I was raised. Yeah, I walked around, no one recognized my face. Running low on the road, walked into the bank. Pulled my pistol from my hip, Lord, I put it in that woman's face. Put it in her face. So I asked the girl, you want to survive? $1 million in my hand, Lord, that was her reply. I said, look, all this money, honey, you come with me. We can go anywhere you want. It's 90s Tennessee, from North to Kentucky, eastward towards the sea. We can go anywhere you want, and now it's time to leave. Hear them sirens roll, ripping up the town. Yeah, but I'm high on this pine ridge, boy, and I'll be running when the sun goes down. Sun goes down, down. So I ran all day, ran both day and night. Stopped to take a break, grab myself a bite. Yeah, I start counting money, just smell the green. Started thinking about the things I do in places I would see. A man behind an oak tree saw me hand his gun, pulled his bell to my head and pulled his trigger. Now I'm done. It's trigger now I'm done. It's trigger now I'm done. All right, this song right here is called "Get Lost in the Woods." Sometimes. driving me crazy. I said, lately, I've been out of my mind. I'm in a piece on my own. I said, lately, I've been hard to find. Living like a dog, sitting on the phone, in the whole long. Sitting on the oh, sitting on me, on the phone. Why you so damn mean? On the phone, help me home, leave me alone. Won't you go home? Just time to get stoned. Hear your face, sitting on the phone. I get lost in the woods sometimes. I said, baby, you're driving me crazy. Lately, I've been out of my mind. Something I got too damn high. You don't fall, you don't back. Something in the pool, you didn't black. You don't walk, you don't white. Something in the cool, every night. You don't walk, going to the cool. lost in the bitter heart. Ooh, I get lost in the woods sometimes.